Today I'm in Canyonlands National Park, and over the next 2 nights and 3 days, I'm going to be backpacking a strenuous, rugged 30-mile loop. It's going to have me going through slot canyons, doing primitive camping, navigating canyon walls like this through ladders and other navigation. I cannot wait to take you on the adventure. It should be epic. Let's go. This is pretty technical to get up just a bunch of huge boulders. This is such a vibe. And we'll come down through here, and I'm camping at Wooden Shoe number 2. Little earthy. Oh boy, squeeze here. Ah, I'm stuck. I'm gonna take it off. Well, welcome back to the channel, guys. If you are new here, my name is Jamie McCracken. I really appreciate you checking out the channel and this new adventure. Over the next 2 nights and 3 days, I'm out in the Utah desert, specifically Canyonlands National Park, doing a 25-mile backpacking loop, and it should be absolutely stunning. Even the ranger back at the visitor center, where I picked up a couple gallons of water because we have a pretty heavy pack because of that water, he even told me the route I'm doing is going to be amazing. He was like, whoa, you're going to see a lot, because I showed him my downloaded offline map. It's all SOS out here. There's absolutely no service. Very remote part of Utah. So yeah, I'm super excited. We'll get to see Druid Arch, one of the famous arches out here in Canyonlands. That'll be tomorrow. But for now, I've got a 9-mile trek to my first campsite out at Devil's Pocket. Let's get to hiking. Let's get to backpacking. So to start this loop off, I'm on the Big Spring Canyon Trail. Up here is backcountry site number 1 for Big Spring. But I'm going to continue on the trail, of course. We've got a lot more to go. We're only not even a mile in. So, by the way, these cairns are amazing. Without them, you'd probably be lost, because you could just spur off almost anywhere here in the desert. That would not be good. I am on the North Connector Trail now, and I know it's like there is no trail, right? But like I said earlier, these cairns have been great. Obviously, I have my offline downloaded map, but this is the part of the trip that I was looking forward to the most, is backpacking out here in the desert. This is such a vibe. This is my kind of vibe. Definitely a little bit dangerous, always on the lookout. You know, you have mountain lions, you have tons of venomous snakes, but haven't seen anything yet, and hopefully we won't. Maybe from a distance, that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, we're just hiking this massive slab right now here on the North Connector Trail. down here in the canyon, about 2.5 miles in, I found a big water hole. So after up climbing and then down climbing into this canyon, that's a nice water source. The good news is I don't need to filter right now at all. So got plenty of water, which is great, but it's always nice to know where there are sources in case, you know, of emergency or anything like that. Super happy to see that though. Oh, we have made it to a trail junction. I am going to turn left toward Druid Arch and Chesler Park. So this will be the Chesler Park trail now that we're connecting on. I think there's a viewpoint out here somewhere. So we're about 3.5 miles in on the trek. My pee is still clear, so that's a good thing. It means I'm hydrated. TMI, but you know, in my back, I got a little sweat. Let me go over what I'm wearing here in a second. Okay, I got my Z-Packs merino wool t-shirt. It doesn't feel like wool. It's like kind of stretchy. It's so nice, and it won't stink up when you sweat. I got some Vuori shorts on. I think these are the core short. I got my Hoka Speed Goat 6s. They have been absolutely fantastic today, going down the slabs of rock. And I've got a pair of darn tough socks on, as well as like this just basic REI hat and my sunglasses. I do have sunscreen on as well, and I took some zinc gummies as well, because that also helps you with sun protection and just hydrating. So yeah, we're almost 4 miles in, which is incredible. We're doing really good. It's not a race or anything, but it's been a fun trek. I mean, just up and down the canyons and boulder scrambling, and it's just amazing. Whew. Hiking back down into one of the canyons. Made it to the next trail junction, and here is Elephant Canyon Trail. So back in there are 2 backcountry sites for Elephant Canyon. I believe those are taken for tonight. You can also take Elephant Canyon back, and that would be a good out in case of emergency, in the sense if I can shortcut it and then cut back around. But we are continuing straight on the trail. 4 miles in, 4.1 miles in to be exact. Just about 5 miles in, here is the trail junction where I'm going to split off for camp tonight. So we'll continue tomorrow on the Chesler Park Trail before, I believe, getting to the joint trail, which takes you out to Druid Arch. But right now I'm going to turn right, and we are going to take the Devil's Kitchen Trail, not all the way to the campground, which is 2.3 miles away. I believe my backcountry site is only about a mile away. I've been really impressed with how my body's held up here in the desert. I mean, we've had some really good breezes today, and it's about 78, 79 degrees as we hit the hottest part of the day now around, let's see, I think it's like 3 o'clock. Yeah, 3 o'clock, 2:56. So, you know, we're gonna get to camp nice and early. When I originally did this, I wanted to book Wooden Shoe backcountry site number 1 or 2 for the first night, but all of those are taken. So this was really the only one I could get. Elephant Canyon or Elephant Hill backcountry sites were taken as well. So we are headed out to Devil's Pocket number 1. It's really the only backcountry site out here. You'll have to hike. So I'll hike about a mile to Devil's Pocket number 1, where I'm going to be camping, and then I think, about a 1.3 mile trek forward. If you continue to go, you'll get up to the campground. So let's get out there and we'll set up camp early, and it'll be a nice relaxing night before we have a big day tomorrow. I think it's going to be about a 12-mile day, because we got to get up to Druid Arch and back over. But I believe also over here tomorrow morning is the Chesler Park viewpoint. So we'll see that right off the bat in the morning. All right, off to Devil's Pocket number 1 backcountry site. Well, I got a confession. I got off route. Dang it. I'm on the Devil's Kitchen Trail, and I was wondering, I was like, where's my campsite? I looked at the map and I'm like, I'm not seeing it now, and it's not popping up. I took the first part of the Devil's Kitchen Trail. This thing loops around, so I need to go up to Chesler Park viewpoint and continue past that, then turn up Devil's Kitchen Trail. Oh my goodness. So a little, I don't know, quarter mile, probably about 3/10 of a mile backtrack. I'll see you at Chesler Park viewpoint. Oh, that breeze feels good. There's a positive. Oh, made it back. That's where I screwed up. So I should have just signed earlier. I turned right. I need to continue up to Chesler Park viewpoint and continue out, then split right. And it should only be a mile to my campsite from there. You can loop all the way around here from Devil's Kitchen Campground. So it is a loop. It's called Devil's Kitchen Trail. I'll have to show you on my map where I screwed up. But I'm gonna probably get up here a little bit and take a break, get some water, maybe a little snack, and then I'll show you where I screwed up on the map. Viewpoint right up here. Whew, huge climb to get up here. My favorite RX bar. Egg whites, almonds, cashews, 2 dates, no BS. It's like chocolate. Sea salt, it's really good. Well, I made it off Chesler Park viewpoint and came down here. Totally forgot to show you the map, by the way. I will show you the paper map at camp tonight, I promise. But already at the trail junction here, this is where I'm going to turn right, not continue straight, and hit the Devil's Kitchen Trail. So this, again, is the Devil's Kitchen Trail. And the one that we were on, where I got lost, it would loop all the way back around here. So, but this is the time that I needed to turn right. And then, I don't know, maybe a mile or 2 down here is where I'll get off my mapped route, and I'll turn another right to get down to Devil's, what is it called? DP, Devil's Pocket 1. Devil's Pocket backcountry site number 1. So, now we are on the Devil's Kitchen Trail, the correct side of it, anyway. And I have actually made it to the trail junction where I actually turn right this time for real. Tomorrow we'll continue this way, we'll go left. But for now, this continues out to Devil's Pocket, where I am camping tonight. And it should just be about a 1 mile trek to my campsite. And then I think it's like maybe another 1 to 1.5 out to Devil's Campground, Devil's Kitchen Campground, or whatever it is. So, all right, a little bit more to go and we'll be at camp. This is the right one, I double checked. every time I go up a slot canyon like that, or come up and over a canyon, you just get a brand new view and look at Canyonlands. Quite remarkable. We've had a great day for day one as I make my way down to Devil's Pocket, backcountry site number 1. Nice shaded area right here too, with all the canyon cliffs. This actually has to be the real Devil's Kitchen, right in the thick of it. No shade, all sun. Here's the trail. Incredible though, just came out to this like prairie, flat with canyon all around you. All right, Devil's Pocket, backcountry site number 1. If you continue on, that would be the Devil's Kitchen Trail, and it loops back around, you know, where I made the mistake earlier today. But yeah, I'm gonna go over to my backcountry site. Tomorrow we will make our way right back out. It was about a mile or so to get over here, so off trail a little bit, or off my route. It's not off trail. So, all right, let's get to Devil's Pocket, backcountry site number 1, the only one out here. Well, I got camp set up here at Devil's Pocket. What an amazing campsite. I'm going to be the only one out here tonight. This is the only backcountry site, unless you go another 1.5 miles out that way toward the actual Devil's Kitchen campground, where there are several campsites, but nothing like this, not like a backcountry site. I'm going to take you to the front, just give you a little tour, because I could have set my tent up a couple different places, but I think you're going to like and understand the reason why I chose back there. So, obviously we came in, we were in the Devil's Kitchen, like in the heart of it right here. What a view, by the way. Incredible to come out here right by my campsite. But, you know, I could have put your tent right here, obviously right in the sun. Now the sun will go down and stuff, but I didn't really like that spot. And there's not really a good spot over there either. And again, why would I set it up back there when I've got a couple really cool spots back here? And obviously the place that I picked was awesome, but this would have been, I was thinking about right here up against this rock, but instead I had my trekking poles over there, and I hung my earth sack on the tree. I'll probably do a better job of that and clean that up here in a little bit so no critters get in tonight. But this is obviously the obvious choice, right? I mean, all shade right now, so that means we won't see a lick of sun. It's nice and cool back here. It's probably like 68 degrees, no humidity, right up against this massive canyon, or in between the canyon. And so, yeah. So I got my sleeping pad blown up with the flex tail air pump that I have, and got my Nemo 30-degree down sleeping bag, and I got my Nemo pillow in there. Everything is all set up. Now I can just relax. I want to go over the stats, and then I'm going to show you the map as well. It's 5:33 p.m., by the way. I hiked 8.74 miles. I gained an elevation of 1,260 feet, and I did that in 4 hours and 19 minutes. So just over 4 hours hiking today in the Utah desert in Canyonlands National Park. You see they've got these camp boundary signs there, and one over there as well. So you'd have to set your tent up somewhere around here. You can maybe even do a hammock if you brought it out here in between some of these trees, but I don't know how fragile they are and if that's even allowed. So I am going to enjoy this tonight. And of course we will hike back out the same way we came into Devil's Kitchen tomorrow. So just like a little out and back to get back on the main route. And tomorrow we're going to go see Druid Arch. So I'm super pumped about that. Let me show you the map where we've been, and also where I screwed up earlier. Okay, so you're looking at the map. I also picked up this National Geographic, the official Canyonlands map, super detailed. I love these, only $15. And but I'm going to show you on the map here that the ranger gave me. So this is my route right here. I'm in the Needles district, by the way. I meant to mention that there's like 4 districts here. You have the Maze district, the Island and the Sky district, but we are in the Needles district. So drove in from the visitor center over here, and I started over at the campground. Now I'm doing this trail counterclockwise. So I came up through here and made it up to Chesler Park viewpoint. And if you remember, right here is where I took the Devil's Kitchen Trail. So this Devil's Kitchen Trail comes out to the campground over here, and it loops back around. So I had to backtrack and then continue on the Chesler Park Trail and come out here to my Devil's Pocket backcountry site number 1. And tomorrow we will make it back out, and then we will continue on the loop over here and come all the way over to Druid Arch. That's a couple miles, and then we'll make the couple mile trek back, and we'll come down through here, and I'm camping at Wooden Shoe number 2. And these little circles, I don't know if you can see these are where pockets of water are so that I can filter tomorrow. So obviously there was only that one puddle early on, a couple miles on the trail. That was all I saw today. So we'll have some nice pockets here to filter some water. But I'm good on water for tonight, and I should be good until we get all the way over here tomorrow. So that's what I've done. 7:30 p.m. I am in my tent. Had a wonderful dinner out there as the sun is going down. I had a Heather's Choice. It's called Shepherd's Pie. Oh my goodness, it is so good. Beef, carrots, green beans. She does such a good job. I love that company. Heather does a great job. She's up in Alaska. I've had a bunch of her meals recently, and I love it. So, big day today, 8.7 miles, so about 9 miles. Tomorrow we'll do 10 or 11. We'll get back out of here at the Devil's Kitchen Trail, and the same way we came in, and then we will connect back over to the regular route that I have got going, and we'll go up to Druid Arch, and then we will come back down from that, and we'll end up at backcountry site number 2, Wooden Shoe. So super pumped. Hope you guys enjoyed today, and I will see you in the morning. Good night. Good morning. Day 2 out here at Canyonlands National Park. How about that sunrise coming over the canyon right now? It is 8 o'clock a.m. I have broke camp and back on trail after a great night's rest back there at Devil's Pocket backcountry site number 1. And it was like a sound deprivation chamber back there last night. Absolutely no sound, no wind, no birds chirping, nothing. So really, really neat. And now I'm back on trail, making my way back up the Devil's Kitchen Trail, where we will connect to the route that I have laid out. And today we're going to go see Druid Arch, and we'll end our day at a backcountry site called Wooden Shoe number 2. So there are 2 wooden shoes. I'm at number 2. It's the higher camp. Should be really nice. About a 12-mile day. Looking forward to it. It's brisk, probably 55 degrees today, or at least this morning. I know it'll get up there though. I think it's supposed to get 76 to 78 degrees, somewhere around there. So just like yesterday, but really nice and pleasant. All right, that is the chute I've got to get up and over. Nothing like a nice climb to start the morning. I have returned to the trail junction from yesterday. So of course we came from over there, looped around, and we went to the right yesterday evening to get to Devil's Pocket. But today I'm going to continue on the Devil's Kitchen Trail over here to the left, and that gets us back on our 25-mile route. That is a complete loop here at Canyonlands. I wanted to confirm something I learned last night in the Canyonlands guide that I picked up at the visitor center yesterday. These cairns out here are actually put out by the National Park Service. I wasn't sure because I saw on some of the beta that I was reading to understand this route a little bit more, you know, yes, have a downloaded offline map, but there are a lot of cairns around. I'm like, well, cairns can be really confusing because if hikers are out here just stacking rocks, you know, you could go completely off trail. So I learned that the National Park Service actually puts these out here, and obviously they encourage us hikers not to build new ones or stack more rocks. And they're here as an extra guide for us, and also to negotiate to get off of, you know, the canyons and stuff. This is a very small step here, so there's nothing, but that is one way for them to market, and I think that's super awesome of them. And it's just it's, you know, it's encouraging, but also you don't want to have other hikers out here creating their own cairns, because again, that could get people lost. So again, we got a cairn here, so I kind of know, and I see one up here, so this is just kind of a negotiation piece, right? Obviously this is probably the easiest path, but you kind of look around to see which way you want to go. You just know that you need to be somewhere where the cairn is, and you see how you could just get lost. You could go this way, but we got a cairn here, which is great. So, all right, enough about cairns. I just wanted to get that off my chest because I thought that was really neat that the National Park Service is the one who actually did this out here. Pretty cool. I have come to a trail junction. I'm going to continue left on the Joint Trail Road. It's a big sandy, washy road here, and quite lovely to hike in, to be honest. Whew, I need to shed some layers. I love my alpaca. The brand is Paca, but it's an alpaca wool hoodie. Whew. Back to my Z-Packs merino wool. I think I'm also going to go ahead and shed my REI trail pant as well, and just have my shorts because I'm sweating, and it is 9:16 a.m. so I've only been hiking for like an hour. Well, what a slot canyon, huh? Now we're up here where we're actually gonna do a square. I'm echoing to connect. I'm gonna actually scout this out myself before I take my pack through one of these. This one looks really open, but I think it may narrow. This one's super narrow. But I'm gonna check both of them out and then come back, pick up my pack, and we'll continue on the trail here on the Joint Trail. Really neat though, this is so beautiful. All right, I'm taking this with my cell phone so you guys can get perspective. This is super tight. I do not think I'm coming through here with my pack, but I wanna go through here And if you are claustrophobic, this is not for you. Oh man, it looks like there's a huge climb to get out of here. So I don't even think you can go this way. I mean, you could. That would be a heck of an adventure. Let's keep going a little bit. Yeah. So you'd have to climb. Wow, this would be nuts. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing this route. But, oh, I can barely turn. Alrighty. Well, we're not coming through here with the pack, so unless we absolutely have to. This section of trail is just amazing. Again, it's called the Joint, and we are just going through long slot canyons. I mean, these things are massive. And I'm really thankful my pack and myself can fit through this one. It's perfect size. Oh my goodness, this is so neat. I mean, these things go on for a long way. Figured this would be a good time for a snack. We're in this really cool slot canyon. It is literally cool temperature-wise. Before we head back out in the sun, I think we got a couple more, maybe another half mile of slot to get through, but little beef jerky stick. 10 a.m. beef jerky stick. Love it. I'm going to continue straight in this slot canyon, but here's another spur slot that you could go through if you wanted to. But here's the cairn, which is great. Telling you to go this way. I will say my downloaded offline map is all disjointed right now. So it's a good thing they call this the Joint Trail. Oh, we have some animal doo-doo. Ugh. But yeah, when you get in between these like canyons and slots, the offline map can be a little wonky. So, but I think we're in good shape. I think we may have a little bit of a climb to get out. I'm not sure, but this is so freaking cool. I mean, I've been doing this for like a mile or a mile and a half, just going through a whole bunch of slots. Barely fitting them. Oop, see, barely fitting. Oh, look at this. Another. I don't think a human could make it through there, but definitely not a pack. Oh boy, squeeze here. Ah, I'm stuck. I'm gonna take it off. Maybe not. Made it. The good thing about the Z-Packs Arc Haul backpack that I have, it is made of Ultra 200 fabric, so it's very hard to rip. I'm not too worried about it at all. Oh yeah, that may be the last of the slots. Looks like we are going to make our way up and out. Incredible section of trail. Back into the heat. Here is Chesler Park backcountry site number 2. It's back in there, I believe probably up against the boulder, around the boulder. We are continuing though here on the Joint Trail, and we have about, I think, like 3 or 4 miles to get out to Druid Arch. So we will cut up right, and it is an out and back. So it's, I think it's like 4 miles total to go up to Druid Arch and back, and then we'll continue on the route. So I made it to the trail junction. Left, you continue on the Chesler Park trail. This is also the Chesler Park trail, so it's kind of like a loop. But you'll see Druid Arch, 3 miles this way, and that is where we're headed. This is still on the loop route that we are doing, but then we're going to turn right to go off route to get up to Druid Arch, and then back down, and then continue the loop. I've made it to the trail junction where we are going to turn right to go up to Druid Arch. It is an out and back, and then we will come here and continue on the loop. Now, I'm hoping the ranger has circled this spot out here, as the pools should be full of water, or at least a couple of them, if there are a couple of them. They got some rain here at Canyonlands last weekend, which is rare and awesome though, because I'm running low on water, and I started with almost 2 gallons and I'm down to like my last liter. So I want to make sure I filter. The pack feels nice right now because it's been light, but if I'm going to finish this 25-mile loop the rest of today and tomorrow, I need water. So we'll get some out here, and I think there's also some to filter around the wooden shoe area where I'm going to be camping, so that'll be great. But I don't want to risk that. I would rather go ahead and filter a full 1.5 gallons while we're out here if I'm able to. So off to Druid Arch. I found a little pool of water heading up to Druid Arch. I'm not going to filter here. Obviously, if I have to, I'll when I come back, I'll do it. But I think there's going to be a larger pool that we can draw from. So, by the way, I forgot to mention, I am on the Elephant Canyon Trail now to get out to Druid Arch, and then we'll make our way right back. Like I said, this is an out and back. It's kind of a dead end, but I'm looking forward to seeing Druid Arch. It's massive. Don't mind my hat, I'm being goofy right now. Blocking the sun. All right, another pool of water back in here up against the canyon. That's great. Keep on hiking. Got about 1 mile to go here on the Elephant Canyon Trail up to Druid Arch. Oh, look at this. Another sizable puddle. All right, we're gonna have plenty to draw from on the way back. Nice. Pumpkin seeds with sea salt. Now that is a nice sized pool of water. Unfortunately, I don't think I can get down there. I'd have to hike back down, which we're going to, and then hike all the way up the canyon. So probably not going to pull from here, but in case of emergency, for certain. My goodness, that's a big one. Wish there was an easy way down. Well, this is pretty technical to get up. Just a bunch of huge boulders, loose rock as well underneath those. And it's kind of hard to film, not gonna lie. I'm not even using my trekking poles, just using my bare hands. Whew. Well, I have made it out to Druid's Arch. Thing is massive and gorgeous, just spectacular. Alright, not my preferable water, but gotta make it work. Good flow. All right, let's taste it. A little earthy. I may choose from a different puddle. Yeah, not the greatest. I'm hoping this will be a better pool to take from down here in the canyon. It looks gross, but oh, it is cold though. All right. It is nice and cold. That's the good part about this water. I just hope it tastes a little better. I do have some runway electrolytes that I may put in just to get the taste out of it, the earthy taste. The Sawyer squeeze is working well though. Good flow. All right, let's give this a taste. Yeah. It's gonna have to work. A little bit better, I think, but still earthy. It's nice and clean though, no junk in it. All right, I've got a lot of work to do. I gotta fill up 2 1-liter bottles and my gallon jug, so I'll see you in a little bit. By the way, we down climbed from Druid Arch. I didn't show any of that because it's just too chaotic. Super steep. It's just been crazy. So I'm gonna filter water, catch you back on trail. Water is filtered. I did 2 liters and then I filled up about 1/4 of my gallon jug. I figured I could get more water down at the wooden shoe, and that way I don't have to do a huge haul. I also put my alpaca wool hoodie on, sun hoodie, whatever you want to call it. It's 100% alpaca though, and took my merino wool t-shirt off. You probably think I'm crazy to put wool on, but this is amazingly adaptable. Like I can feel the breeze hitting me through the fibers and the wool, so I am nice and cool, and I'm completely protected from the sun because I have been in it today for a while. And now I'm just making my way back down the Elephant Canyon Trail, and once we get out of Elephant Canyon we will continue on the loop. So Druid Arch was really cool, by the way. That was just spectacular. It's huge, massive. Also, about the water, it's not the greatest tasting. It's like kind of earthy, but I filtered it through the Sawyer squeeze, so we're good. I do have some Baja Gold mineral salt and some RNWY runway electrolytes that I can put in it, and both of those will flavor it and make it taste a little bit better. So that's that. All right, let's get back over to the trail junction. It is a little bit hot right now, 80 degrees probably, middle of the day. Back at the trail junction. Of course, we came from over here to the left earlier, but I'm going to continue on the Elephant Canyon Trail. Back there was Druid Arch. That was worth the 4-mile round trip, that's for sure. It's a little bit strenuous, but really cool arch for sure. I meant to mention this. One of the other perks to this alpaca sun hoodie, if you want to call it a sun hoodie, it's really just a hoodie, is just like merino wool, it doesn't have a lot of stench. So even if you sweat, you're not going to smell bad. It was just pretty interesting. It's such an adaptable fibers and fur or whatever. So, and what I like about Paka, P-A-K-A is the company, is that they are, they only shave their alpacas once a year, I believe. It's all humanely done. You do pay a price for it, though, I will say. It's a pretty expensive piece of clothing. But you know that no alpacas are harmed, and they have wonderful lives up in the Himalayas. And I think that's where it's from. And so, yeah. All right, let's continue on the Elephant Canyon Trail down to Wooden Shoe backcountry site number 2. I think it's like 3 miles from here. I could be a little off. It could be a little bit more is what I'm thinking. I'm not sure. But let's keep on going. Made it to the next trail junction. I'm gonna make a sharp right here. You can see Needles Campground where I parked is 5.9 miles away. That is, if you shortcut it though, of course we're taking, I believe, the Lost Cove, or Lost something trail. I'll put it up on the screen right now tomorrow to get back around to finish the loop. But in case I need it, I'm 6 miles away from where I parked. What else was I gonna say? Totally forget. Okay, now I remember. This is the South Connector Trail. So, of course, day 1 yesterday, we were on that North Connector Trail to get over to, I believe, Devil's Kitchen. And so now we are on the South Connector Trail, heading to Wooden Shoe. It's pretty hot in this canyon, though, that is for sure. The breezes are coming and going, though, which is nice. And here's a pool of water if we need it, which we don't. We are filtered up. All right, made it up. It's nice and windy up here. Feels good. That's a heck of a climb, though. Whew. Now we're just in this little canyon crevice. Up one ladder, and we're about to go down another. Let's see how tall this one is. Not as tall, probably only like 10 feet. Sweet. I'm at my next obstacle. See if we can't get up in here. Oh boy. Put the camera over there. Sorry for the plane noise. There's a plane going over top right now. Woo! What a freaking route. My goodness. Oh. Oh, heck yeah. Whew. Oh, I already took the pack off, and you can see how I've not gotten through here without squirming. So, got the trekking poles, and now I'm showing you what it looks like just on this driftwood. Let's see, get balance. All right. Oh, we've done it. Whew. At the trail junction, I'm heading right on the Wooden Shoe Canyon Trail. Over here, if I turn left, it is the Big Spring Canyon Trail. So we are going right and entering the Wooden Shoe Canyon, almost to camp in the heat of the day. I am at my last trail junction of the day. If we turn left, we can get back to the car and to Needles Campground in 2.8 miles. But I'm turning right to get to the Wooden Shoe backcountry site number 2, because that's where I'm camping tonight. And then we will continue on up tomorrow as we take the Lost Canyon Trail back around and over to Needles Campground. So it's a loop. But here's the good news. We got water down here. And if I needed to, I could make it the 2.8 miles and shortcut it back and turn right and get back to the Needles Campground. But the route calls for me to turn right here and get out to Wooden Shoe backcountry site number 2. Lots of water down here to filter if we need to come back, but I believe we're just a short trip up here to get to camp. And just up that hill from the water, we have arrived at Wooden Shoe number 2. Tomorrow I will continue down that way on the Lost Canyon Trail. Let's go check out the campsite. I actually dropped my pack back here just a second ago to get a look at it. Not as good as last night, that's for sure. We got the sun just blazing down on us here around 5 o'clock, and I've had enough sun for today. I've been hiking for 9 hours, so it has been a big day. And back in here is where real camp is, so I don't think I'm gonna be pitching over here with that sun. I know when the sun goes down a little bit, it won't be that bad, but I actually like this spot right here. May pitch the tent right here. But this is camp, Wooden Shoe number 2. Very nice, with water just down the hill. Love it. What a day. Day number 2 in the books here at Canyonlands. Let me go over the stats today. All right, we're up to 23.1 miles. So yesterday we did 8.7, we'll round up to 9. So that means we have done, what, 14 miles today. This is a 14-mile day. I thought it was gonna be 10 to 12, so we did an extra 2. Some of that's getting the camera back and forth, but also Druid Arch, roaming around there for a while was a bit. And then tomorrow, we're gonna take the Lost Canyon Trail, and it looks like we've got about 6.5 to 7 miles to loop back around. And again, just to show you, you could always shortcut it and take the 2.8 mile Wooden Shoe Canyon Trail down. There's actually Wooden Shoe backcountry site number 1 about halfway down that chute. And that would take us right here, and then we could just cut across and get back to the Needles Campground. But I am starving. Tonight is the last night, and I'm thinking I'm having 2 backpacking meals. I only have 3 left, so I'm probably going to eat 2 of those. I've got a Muir like squeeze thing, a Heather's Choice like cookie bar thing. I'm eating it all. I'm starving. That was an amazing day though, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna relax at camp for a little bit, and then I'll see you in a little bit. food that we have left to choose from. I got 3 wild Zoras. We got the Baja citrus lentil, the Greek garden lentil, and the Fiesta beef. And then we have the Mexican quinoa bowl from Good to Go. This one is automatic. It's 710 calories. We're having this one tonight. The question is, which other one are we having? And I think I'm going to go with Fiesta beef. So that'll get us up, that's 400 calories. So that'll get us up to over 1,100 calories. Plus, I've got some goodie snacks still left, some Muir Energy. I also have like a little cookie in there from Heather's Choice beef stick. But I am going to be rehydrating this first. And I'm using my MSR Pocket Rocket 2. This is my stove. If you're not familiar with my channel already, been using this thing since day one. Flips out just like that. Screws on. Have a little bit of fuel left. All right. Make sure you pour the water here. All right. Got a little MSR titanium pot. Been using that since day one as well. All right. Screw that back on. Give this a light. So this is gluten-free and vegan. I'm not either, but I really like Good to Go's meals, and this has got butternut squash in it, black beans, mole poblano sauce, and I mean everything on here you can pronounce and is a regular food, which is amazing. Agave nectar, poblano pepper, onion, butternut squash, dried tomato flakes. Ugh, it's gonna be ridiculous. Look at that. So good. Ripping out a beef stick while I wait for this to rehydrate. I'm eating away from camp, by the way. So, as always, camp's over there. A couple of 100 feet. Got the Ursack. I'll do a better job tying that, but for now, gonna enjoy this. And wait for that sun to go down over the canyon. I decided to move my eating spot to right here on the rock overlooking camp. I like it. A little bit cooler up here too. That sun is shining right down into the trees now as it goes down. It's still got a couple hours till sunset though. I got my Z-Packs little sit pad here, $12. Somebody asked me about it today. I was like, yeah, it's a Z-Pack. You know, you can cut these too from like a regular foam pad. But out of all the things that Z-Pack sells, you know, a lot of their stuff is very expensive. Like my backpack, my Arcall 70 liter, is $450 or whatever. But this thing is $12 and it's great, especially when you're trying to be ultralight. You know, I have my backpacking chair now, the Helinox Chair Zero, but I was not bringing it on this trip when I had a major water carry the last couple of days. So what an evening it's going to be here in the canyon of Wooden Shoe in Canyonlands National Park. Get out of here, fly. I think I've had this one before. Wow, it's good. Alright, came down here to the 2 large pools, and I'm going to filter some water, and then I'll go back up to camp and call it a night. I'm looking for a decent spot. I guess this will work. There's a puddle over there too. Pretty deep pool. Here we go. All right. Let's make this up. It's pretty cold. That's good. It's gonna be hard. Wanted to knock this out so I don't have to do it in the morning. So I got dirt all over the Seanock. We're only going 7 miles tomorrow, but hopefully it'll be early in the morning where it's cool. So still want to be prepared. Probably fill a little bit of this up. Have 2 liters and a little bit more. That should get us back to the trailhead. All right, I made it back up to camp, and I got 2 1-liter bottles, and I got about another half gallon or so, and that should definitely get me through the morning and down Lost Canyon. If not, I believe there are a couple of more puddles that we can filter from, but I think that should be good to get us back to home base tomorrow morning. Ignore the hair, by the way, it is atrocious. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, glad the water sources were available here in the desert, in the high desert. We're at like 5,000 or 6,000 feet in altitude, and they got a fresh rain, like I mentioned. So thank goodness. All right, it's almost time for bed. 8 o'clock p.m. and I am in my tent, ready to call it an evening. The sun is setting over the canyon, beautiful blue skies. I actually ended up putting on my rain fly. So I'm in here, tucked in, ready for bed. It was an amazing day out there, 15 miles, whatever it was. We're up to like 23 now, and we will finish out this backpacking loop tomorrow as we descend down into Lost Canyon, and that'll spit us out at the trailhead where I'm parked at in the Needles District campground. All right, I will see you in the morning. Good night. Good morning. Final day out on trail, day number 3. 7:50 a.m. Broke out of camp. Sunrise, beautiful. Little windy this morning, but perfect for hiking. I am on the Lost Canyon Trail, and we are going to connect that over to the Peekaboo Trail, I believe. And that should take us around to the Needles campground and back to home base. It's about a 6.5 to 7 mile trek back to complete the loop, and it's going to be another gorgeous day in Canyonlands National Park. Descended down into the canyon. I couldn't even film it. It was just so steep. There wasn't a ton of cairns really giving me any kind of solid direction. But now we are in the Lost Canyon, and I think I should be okay. I see some cairns up here. So we just kind of basically went straight down. That was pretty rough. As we finish off the loop today, I think this would be a good time to say this is an advanced to an extreme level of backpacking. I wouldn't say extreme, but it's definitely advanced. Takes some navigation skills. There's a lot of technicalities for sure, navigating your way through the canyons and the slot canyons as well. Obviously, I've had to take my pack off multiple times, move it up and come back and get trekking poles and other stuff. So you got to be careful out here because Canyonlands has zero service. Now I have satellite with my iPhone and all that, and I've been texting my mom every night when I get to camp, so you do have that available. Obviously if you have a Garmin InReach, that would work too, but just know these are very primitive and very way out there territories that you're hiking in. It's like we've entered the forest down here inside Lost Canyon. Look at this. I mean, it's almost like we're not in the desert, except the sand is a dead giveaway. Really neat terrain. We haven't seen this all trip long. I give you the sights and sounds in these videos, of course, but I rarely give you the smell. And it smells like fresh baby powder down here in Lost Canyon. Like the entire time I'm just getting these whiffs of baby powder. It smells really refreshing and good, but interesting. Trail junction, I am turning left here. You can continue on the Peekaboo Trail to the right. I'm going to be on the Peekaboo Trail to the left, and we have 2.6 miles to Needles Campground, home base. I have just been hiking in this super sandy wash. There's no real trail. You're just kind of looking at this kind of terrain a lot of the time. But have my downloaded offline map and double checked every 5 to 10 minutes, and pretty easy. You just hike up the canyon. That's essentially it. I think we're coming to a dead end over here anyway. So turning left, 2.8 miles to Needles Campground. Finish off the loop. Last trail junction of the trip, Needles Campground, 1.1 mile. Our final mile. Woo! Awesome. What an incredible trip it's been. Oh, we have made it back to the Needles Campground. What an incredible loop. I know I've said it 4 or 5 times, but that was awesome. Car is still here. I can see it. We did it, baby. Boop. Ooh, getting hot. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video here in Canyonlands National Park. I'm going to put up the final stats as I always do. 29 plus miles is what we did, and over 3,500 feet of elevation gain. Whew, it was incredible. Favorite part of the loop? Probably the joint. That 1.5 mile section of nothing but just these skinny, narrow sections of slot canyons. I mean, the pack didn't like it. I had to, carry it in and out. It was pretty tough, but I had so much fun. And then Devil's Pocket was a really cool backcountry site. Highly recommend that, but there's no water in that section. That's about a 11-mile section where you're probably not gonna have any water at any time of the year. So you do have to have a pretty heavy water carry in if you do that. And that goes without saying, like, come prepared. This is an advanced, sorry, there's a car going by. This is an advanced backpacking loop. I'm not trying to be an extremist or anything like that, but there's a lot of technicalities. You got to be safe. I mean, one thing goes wrong, you're out there, and there's no service in Canyonlands. I had to use satellite signal to get anything. So you want to be prepared. You want to actually have a decent amount of experience under your belt if you're going to do something like this, because there's a lot of navigation that is tough. I didn't even film everything. I mean, I didn't film a lot. You only see like a very small snippet of the entire backpacking trip. So I had a lot of fun. Come off to Moab, and then also in like 22 days, I run rim to rim to rim in the Grand Canyon. The adventure continues. I'll see you in the next video.